For anyone following our channel, you'll know that we live in the US, but we love visiting Canada as well. During our last video, we visited Blue Mountain, a beautiful ski resort that's just northwest of Toronto, but we'd also set aside some time for a 2-day weekend visit to Toronto itself. So with that in mind, we wanted to share with you our experience in the hopes that you might be able to use this as a guide for your own adventures in Toronto. So we started our day on a gray Friday morning, spending time walking around the CN Tower, sightseeing at an open-air railway museum that you see here, and having lunch at Amsterdam Brewhouse, which is right on the lakefront. We'll spare you the sight of watching us eat, but as soon as we'd finished lunch, we took a water taxi over to Center Island, one of 3 islands that sit just a short boat ride away from downtown Toronto.
Center Island is home to all sorts of fun outdoor activities with open parkland, bike and boat rentals, food options, and honestly was a total surprise to us. Our greatest surprise was what you see here, Centerville, a small amusement park that sits permanently on Center Island and is open from June through August as well as select weekends during the spring and summer. If you've seen any of our content either here or especially on Instagram or TikTok, you'll know that we are frequent visitors to Disney parks. As a result, we were so excited to find this adorable little theme park and petting zoo here on the island. There was a surprising variety of rides, which you use varying amounts of ride tickets to experience, and it was absolutely adorable.
We are just going to be quiet here for a bit and allow you to enjoy the sights and sounds of Centerville. Keep an eye out for the ski lift, or the sky ride as it's called in the park, with its views of the island and the Toronto city skyline. As you make your way towards the beach on Center Island, you pass through some beautiful gardens with fountains and water features that really bring the area to life. We suggest taking your time as you walk through this area and relax amidst the well-maintained landscape. There are plenty of places to sit, rest, and people watch.
As we mentioned, you can rent bikes on the island. They had everything from single-person bikes to these 4-person quadricycles you could rent by the hour. It was definitely harder than it looked, but was a really great way to explore the island and cover more distance. Along the main road, there was a beautiful lighthouse built in 1808 and is one of the oldest existing lighthouses on the Great Lakes. There are also tons of beaches along the coast of the island, with vantage points looking out over the lake or toward the neighboring cities of Hamilton and Mississauga.
So that's day one. Sightseeing in downtown Toronto, lunch on the waterfront, and a visit to Center Island, the latter of which is very likely to consume most of your time, so make sure and provide lots of extra time to enjoy its attractions. Day 2. Toronto's clean and easy-to-navigate subway system provides quick access to other parts of the city. Today's plan includes a little shopping, a nice lunch, and a visit to one of the many museums in Toronto, with a little surprise at the end. For us, that meant a trip to Yorkville, a neighborhood a bit northwest of the Toronto harborfront. The area is known for its upscale retail stores, but has plenty of sightseeing and restaurants as well. Look, I've got to be honest, if your city has an Eataly in it, we're going to it. So we had to include a visit to the Eataly in Yorkville as part of our trip to Toronto.
Call us crazy, but one thing about Eataly is you can always count on it to have quality Italian food, and this one did not let us down. This restaurant inside of Eataly had a tableside caprese, which was absolutely delicious. After lunch, we walked a short distance to a museum that was suggested by one of our followers on Threads, the Bata Shoe Museum, which takes you through a 4,500-year history of footwear. It was such a cool concept for a museum and was fun for the whole family. We really enjoyed the layout of the museum as you begin 4,500 years ago and work your way to the present. They included some fun interactive elements as well, which our kids really enjoyed.
One of the best things about Toronto is that just like any other major metropolitan city, there's plenty to see just by walking around and exploring. After our time in Yorkville, we decided to take the subway back downtown, stopping a bit short of our hotel. The reason for this was to be able to walk through Toronto's theater district, seen here, where, as part of the greater entertainment district, forms the third largest theater district in the world, behind London's West End and Broadway in New York City. We'd recommend taking the time to stroll through this area as well, if for no other reason than just to take in the sights. And finally, the surprise. If you are baseball fans like our family is, a Toronto Blue Jays game is an absolutely necessary part of your journey. Our hotel even had a window that opened up directly into the ballpark from where we could watch the game in comfort. We've got a YouTube short up about that room if you'd like to know more.
And that's a weekend in Toronto. If you have any questions about the trip, let us know in the comments.